Welcome to The Spiritual View.
I'm Christina.
I'm Bisma.
I'm Christine.
And I'm Karleen.
Today we're going to be starting our next series of videos on our chakras. And there's 7 chakras that are our main chakras that we're going to be discussing in the next series of videos. So
Today we're going to cover the first 3, starting with the root chakra.
Christine, you want to tell us a little bit
So
about
first, what is a chakra? A chakra is an energy center in our body. It's kind of more of an Eastern idea, but it is coming more over to the Western culture. In our anatomy, it's actually associated with different nerve clusters in our body. And a lot of people that are in alternative medicine believe that when these energy centers are off whack or something's disrupting the energy, that it can cause illness and disease in our physical body and or imbalances in our emotional body or our mental body or our spiritual body. So we'll talk briefly about those parts as we go through the chakras. So the first chakra is the root chakra, which is red.
Yeah, the color associated with it is red.
And where is it located?
It is at the base of your spine. I've read that it's at your tailbone, but I've also read in women that it's the cervix, or is that the sacral?
I think it's the cervix.
Yeah, I think it's just your
Just the base
Just
of your
the
spine.
of your spine. Yeah.
And this is the location when you do grounding where you would drop an energy cord to release energy from your body. So it's about letting go, which is what you physically do in that area too.
So it has a lot to do with our survival instinct and safety. It's kind of like your primal, like your survival mode, your fight or fight. Just anything that you need to, in order to survive in this world, kind of activates that chakra.
Yeah, balance, stability. Those are all words that I think of when I think of my root chakra.
It's like the foundation of everything else that builds up on top of it.
Right. Right. And so a few affirmations you can use when talking about the root are such as I am safe, I'm grounded, I'm able to let go, I feel like secure, stuff like that. So just really tuning into that feeling that you are, here, you're well, you've kind of just
You're safe in your physical body.
Yeah, you have
Strength.
a home, you have strength. It's like strength. Yeah, exactly.
So one way you can tell if you have a kind of a root chakra that may be not balanced is if you have an overemphasis on like maybe material things, or somebody who tends to hoard everything because they have a fear that they don't have enough. So that's one way of.
Or if people that just constantly feel like threatened or have high anxiety or feel unsafe all the time, usually have disrupted energy in the root chakra.
And one of the crystals that, there's so many associated, but one of the crystals that is associated with the root chakra is garnet. It's kind of hard to see because you're
That's a
far
pretty
away,
one.
but it's a red crystal. And this one is great for balancing your root chakra.
Another thing that really helps when balancing chakras, if you're into doing mantras, so the mantra that's associated with the root is the mantra Lam. So even just saying that, like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, overly like repeating Lam, Lam, and you can extend that as well, is really just, it balances that center because of the vibrations of the words really like tune into that root.
Yeah, and the affirmations are meant to people that are having issues with feeling safe or issues with the root chakra. Affirmations are basically just things you can say to yourself and practice throughout the day to redirect your thought patterns, because you may have thought patterns that are saying I'm unsafe. So the practice of affirmations is to kind of build a new habit, and that's what affirmations are. I don't know if we explained what affirmations were. Is there any more to what an affirmation is that we should share before we move on?
Well, it's just positively looking at, like, positively saying and feeling about yourself.
Yeah.
And shifting that, any negative ideas, or shifting the energy, right?
Yeah. And the point of it is the more you say it, the more you believe it, the more it affects your energy centers.
I think it's important for this chakra specifically to really talk about the grounding aspect of it more, because we've talked about grounding in our past videos briefly, but I think now that we have more of a visual of what the root chakra actually is, to go over grounding once again, and so that way we can show them on the picture, I think would be a good idea.
Yeah.
So we talked about grounding before with your whole grounding cord. We've talked about bringing Mother Earth energy up through your legs and through your root chakra.
Through your feet chakras.
Yeah, sorry, start at the feet, but they go up through your legs and through your root chakra. So this image is a good way to picture that process, because imagining that energy going through the root chakra is really what's going to open that up and really clear it out.
It's moving up into the root chakra and back out of the root chakra and releasing down the grounding cord that is at the base of your spine, which is where you're releasing any energy that's not yours or not serving your highest good.
So that's the root chakra is really important. You can balance all the other chakras out all day long, but your root chakra is really what's going to keep everything sturdy, and it's really going to...
It's kind of like having the garbage disposal system. Like
Right.
you need to be able to get rid of what you don't need before you can bring in something new.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, in our physical body, that's literally what that area is associated with.
Yeah.
It's with releasing all the toxins and stuff. And also in psychology, like Maslow's theory of the hierarchy of needs, the foundational need before you can even move up into the needs is safety, foundational safety, feeling like you have a sense of home. So that's in alignment with the chakras too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So the second chakra, are we done with the root chakra?
I think so. I think
Okay.
that was pretty well.
Is the sacral chakra, which is just the next one up. So it's the red one's the root, the orange one's the sacral chakra, and in women that's your cervix or your womb space.
It is tied to our
Your genitals.
Yeah.
And then in males it's the other genital area.
Your desire, your sexuality.
So this is about creation, right? That's what our genitals and our sexual reproductive organs are there, is to recreate,
Create life.
produce.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's also about creative expression. Like if you're in the arts or whatever your creative expression is in your life, the work that you do.
The color associated with this is orange, you said.
Orange, yeah.
And then I really like you introducing the mantras. So what would be this one?
The mantra for this one is VAM, so VAM, and just again saying that.
How do you say it? Like, you say ba?
You go VAM, like
Really
that.
emphasize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as you can do that in one breath, is really good.
And this one is also, this chakra is also associated with our emotions, which makes sense, right? Because it's our second chakra, it's associated with our creation. It's also where a lot of hormones are going on.
A few affirmations you can say for this chakra are: I am creative, I am expressive, I feel, yes, I
I'm sexual.
Yes. Yep. Just focusing, like anything that, whatever this chakra, whatever like focusing on this energy center makes you feel, whatever comes up for you, and like shifting that into a positive way, is also any affirmation that you feel that helps you helps you create positive energy there and clears your own chakra.
I feel like I could briefly talk about how, someone might ask, how do I know if my chakra is out of balance? There's a couple tools. One quick tool is like using a pendulum, which is like I actually have one. It could be anything on the end of a string. A lot of them are crystals, and you can hold it in front of you, that is in alignment to the chakra, and see where it moves. And if it goes clockwise, that means it's open and flowing well. If it goes counterclockwise, right, it means it's
I think it
blocked.
depends on male and female. They
I was
kinda
looking at
switch-
this, it says that.
It says that it switches.
My understanding that I've learned is that if it goes clockwise, it means it's open. And if it sways side to side, or if it's not flowing in a circle, it means your male and feminine energies are off center. So you can use tools, and we'll have an episode that explains specifically how to do that when that time comes.
Mhm.
But that is one way, and also seeing an energy healer that they can
Yeah,
sense
Reiki and
like Reiki. Yeah, Reiki.
But a really great way, at the end of the day, what I like to do is just use your own hands and just place them on your chakra, like especially second, third chakra. Connect them even with your heart. Just lie there and you'll feel a lot more balanced.
yeah,
They kind of balance each other out, I think, the more you connect them.
yeah,
And the visualizations.
yeah.
Does someone want to talk about that?
So for the third chakra, we're going to be talking about our solar plexus, and that chakra is associated with the color yellow.
So the mantra that's associated with this chakra is Ram. So you would say it as Ram in one breath. Some affirmations for this chakra would be I'm strong, I'm confident, I respect myself. This chakra has to do with will and confidence, and self-respect. So all of those types of positive thinking, positive affirmations that make you feel strong within yourself.
It's all about personal power here. The second chakra is a little bit more about your relationships with your family, but this one is solely about you and how you feel confidence.
How you hold yourself, your own boundaries.
How you like your power dynamics with yourself in reality, right?
Mm-hmm. And this one's associated with our clairsentience.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big one for the feelings, sensations that we get, and picking up on other people's energies and how it's affecting us.
Mm-hmm.
So your gut, whenever you get that gut feeling of something, that's where it's hitting you, is right in your solar plexus.
It's like your center.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling like really unbalanced, you might have some frustration, some anxiety, some worry. Those are feelings that would come up for you if that chakra is feeling blocked or unbalanced.
Yeah, and as far as psychic development goes, so it's the yellow one in the middle, to develop a nicely flowing solar plexus chakra, it's good to create personal boundaries of your energy and others and claim your space. That's really where you're coming from, is your center of your being, which is the solar plexus.
If you have a lot of self-doubt or you're not sure about yourself, you're probably more willing to say yes to things that you don't really quite agree with, or overextend yourself because you don't want to upset other people. If you're really sure about what you're capable of and what you feel comfortable with, you're not going to basically change anything for somebody else.
Right. Yeah. This is a big one for people who are empathic and people who are really intuitive. It's very important to make sure that you're grounded in this this chakra. So it's really important that this one is really balanced, because if not, all those feelings that you're already feeling heightened on a regular basis is going to really throw you off.
Yeah.
So, and one of the crystals that's associated with this chakra is citrine. It's a yellow tipped crystal. And this is an awesome little crystal for that chakra.
I think that's it.
I think that wraps up our first 3 chakras. The next video is going to be about our heart chakra. We're dedicating an entire video to that. There's a lot going on with the heart chakra. It's very important. So stay tuned, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.